Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Today is our final of the speed duel decks for the week, and it is our final request for the week. After this, we'll be doing the 3 times decks from the Legendary Decks 2 series, and yeah, so we'll be to that. So today is our last plasma build for a little while. Today we're going to be using the skill card Shouldering a Destiny. So a couple of things. First and foremost, you draw one less card at the beginning of the duel when you use this skill. So use this with a might bit of caution. Second, during your main phase, you can activate this as a continuous spell card. Now, I have asked one of my favorite players who's like in touch with the judges. They have agreed with me that this means that this starts wherever skill cards start. And when you activate the skill, at no time before that, this does not exist in your hand. This does not exist on the field beforehand. This exists during your own main phase when you choose to play it. That said, as a continuous spell card, it can be targeted. So keep that in mind. You'll activate it. You'll get the following. When this card is activated, you get to add 1 Destiny Hero Plasma from deck or grave to hand. And while you control that card on the field, you would apply the following effects. Those effects are that you no longer draw during the draw phase, and every Destiny Hero Plasma that you control gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyards. Cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and can make a second attack during every battle phase. So, this is fragile. I do not expect this deck to do too well right now with 3 MSTs, Galaxy Cyclones, Cosmic Cyclones, Dust Tornadoes, Breaker the Magic Warrior, or any of the other cards running around. This is a for fun deck. I do not see this card lasting very long once this gets to the field. Especially since in order to even play it, we have to start with 1 less card. So if we go first, we got to start with 3 cards. So, that's it. I gave this an honest go. And you guys be the deciding factor on whether or not this is good. First things first, 1 copy Plasma. There's no real need to play more than 1 copy of this guy. If I were to play more copies of this, I would be anticipating the plays for Allures of Darkness. I'd have to change the cards in my main deck around. It would be a whole different build. You guys could totally do that. This is just a guideline. I'm going off of the Shouldering a Destiny effect that we can get this back from the discard pile if we need to, or we can pull it from the deck. So I'm going off that, saying we only need the 1. You guys should know his effects by now, so I'm not going to waste your time. Next card, 3 copies of Card Trooper. Again, since we want to set up the ability to play our Plasma, Card Trooper is a must. If you're only going to start with 3 cards, you might as well have 3 cards in your deck be Card Trooper. Being able to mill, doesn't matter if this guy goes to the discard pile, we can get it back through Shouldering Destiny. And that's fine. And we're going to use Dandelion again. Because anytime Dandelion gets sent to the discard pile, and again, this could be from field, hand, or the deck, we'll be able to summon out those 2 fluff tokens. 0/0, 1-star Wind Plants in defense mode. Being able to start with a Card Trooper into Dandelion would then allow us to activate our skill card, add the Plasma, and then play the Plasma. We would have 2 cards already in the graveyard of our own. The guy would be up to 2100 before consuming a monster from the opponent's side of the field, and still be able to attack twice and not be destroyed by their cards, and yes. So again, not terrible. Moving into spell traps rapidly. We're going to be using 3 copies of MST because, again, it's really nice. And 1 copy Offerings to the Doomed because if you're not going to be drawing anyway, why would you not have this one of in your deck? Simple. The rest are all traps. We're going to be running 3 copies Lost Wind. Couple reasons. 1, the whole Card Trooper angle. If we're just going to be tossing cards in a discard pile, if our opponent plays out of an extra deck, this will allow us to get this back. Or, standard, your monster doesn't get an effect because it was special summoned plus half of its stats are gone. Not that when Plasma's on the field, they'll have an effect anyway, but you guys know what I'm saying. 3 copies, Paleozoic Canadia. And the reason we're doing this is as an extra monster. So when a trap is activated, these can special summon themselves back as a water normal level 2 12 by nothing. They will not be considered a trap. It will be considered a normal monster card. And when it is, this card special summoned this way would be unaffected by monster effects, and it banishes when it leaves the field. Otherwise, the effect is target a face-up monster the opponent controls and put it in face-down defense. So as long as we can resolve a normal trap card, like a Lost Wind, we can go ahead into a Canadia. We'll just be able to do that. This will also help us bring up the monster count. If we were to mill this with the Card Trooper, we would still be able to activate this and get this character to the field as a monster. And that'll help alleviate our situation as far as how to play the Destiny Hero Plasma. Last up, 3 copies Sakuretsu Armor, because again, let's just go ahead and fill the deck full of good cards. And of course, when we get to destroy an attacker, maybe they're going after Card Trooper, we'll be able to go ahead and resolve and get the Canadia to the field, not just taking out an opponent's monster card. So everything sort of synergizes here. Again, this skill has a bit of a drawback in the fact that you do not get to draw while you have Plasma on board. And it immediately rectifies the opening hand size. As soon as you activate it, you do get the card. It's just their way of offsetting the Plasma so you don't generate a crazy advantage. So again, yeah, cool stuff. This is the main deck. If you guys like it, go ahead, screenshot or pause, make some notes. I'll be right back with the extra and side decks in just a moment, so just 1 second. All right, now starting with the side deck. One of the coolest things is, again, we get to run 3 Books of Moon because we didn't touch any of our 3-ofs earlier. And yeah, so we just get to add these. It's extra cards that go face down. It lets us establish Plasma, or it lets us shut off Jinzo-based builds, because again, we got heck of trap cards in this, which is kind of funny because honestly speaking, Lost Wind can still set itself. Lost Wind can still set itself because it's going to resolve in the discard pile. Paleozoic Canadia can still become a monster because it'll resolve in the graveyard. So that's kind of funny. And then last but not least, we're going to run 3 copies Waking the Dragon. Because if you got this many cards in your back row, there's no way your opponent's not going to pop them. And you're going to need every bit of advantage you can with this deck. Because, Plasma's Plasma sometimes. Like, I think my favorite variant of this is Heart of a Warrior. But this is going to let us play our full generic extra deck like we normally do. So we could summon the big card, the technical card, the big card with piercing, this not as big card that destroys things and damages people, the guy that says, no, you can't play monsters, and the guy that says, I'm going to do technical things. So, again, these 6 off these 3, because this deck makes your opponent want to hurt the back row. It's pretty simple. The main deck is, like I said, it's 20 cards. I didn't want to go too crazy by adding things because once you do board your Plasma, you don't draw anymore. And if that is, of course, the case, you want to make sure that the destiny he's going to shoulder for you is a winning one. Again, this is just a sort of like a guideline for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope that maybe I earned a like, a comment, and or a sub today. But honestly, just go out and enjoy your day. Like I said, I've got 3 more decks, 3 times decks coming for the structures out of the Legendary decks too. So, yeah, those will be the next 3 days. So, action-packed week. You guys have a good one. I got to get back to work. I got to get the next stuff filmed for you. See you on the next one. Later.